Hello everyone and welcome to a very special stream because it's on Le Tuesday. Yes, that's what counts for special with me. I set the bar hella low. And that's not hello, although I am saying hello to all of you. It's just hella low. So I will be giving the hellos to MLP and yes, I know what I did. Adam Leisman and Kamodra Steel. Pokemon Fire Eevee. And Swordbreaker 12. Celeste Fan Forever, listening while they're doing the dishes. All right, well, I hope my puns and jokes don't cause you to break one. That would be bad. Tornado 423, Crafty Gamer 1000, Infinite Warlock, and Cosmin Inspira, Cherry Fluff Belly Official, who's on the Twitch and probably the YouTubes, and yes, today's a little different. Thomas Zoe, good to have you here. Glad you have a chance to see this, but it's never a requirement that you see things live. Be all kinds of crazy. Venpai, I'm glad that this is a welcome surprise. And the illustrious Q over on Twitch. Hello, hello. Yes, 'tis the season to be jolly, although I also understand if you're not feeling terribly jolly, because 2025 has run wild. Wild times. A little too wild, I'd say. I wish everyone a very boring 2026. I wish ho-hummedness upon the world. I hope everybody can just be like, what's going on? And Kamodra Steel wants to know, is that a trash bot from Star Wars? Well, I appreciate you thinking so, but no. This bot is my own creation of sorts. You know what, that's not the proper screen. Do I have to restart the capture? There we are. That's better. I guess this is both is and isn't mine. Because this was essentially taking a bunch of vectors from that Vecteezy site and slamming them all together to make a mock-up. It was a contender. Let's see if I can pull up that there. Woo! Pull up those rolling hills that are part of the generic background. Okay, where were we? Other projects, mascot, mockups. Come on, open up for me, you silly goose. Over here. So, I mocked up 3 mascots for the good people at a writing group of which I'm a part. I'm helping them design a mascot to then help with navigating their Google Drive setup. Because not everybody's familiar with Google Drive. I've had, well, to be honest, I had on-the-job training of sorts, interacting with other reviewers for collabs. At first, we would just email Word files back and forth, and that was a pain, I'll tell you what. But now, well, if I can get this darn thing to... There we go. But now I know Google a little bit better. Anyway, our 3 designs in this competition. A sparrow, which represents resilience and adaptability, which a writer is going to need. Community and social connections, i.e. a writing group that offers critiques and workshops. And freedom/independence. Hey, ultimately, at the end of the day, it's your story. You make the final call. So, writer's journey... It represents a writer's journey with help from the group. And this one makes a nest out of discarded ideas and rejection letters. Next up was the Titivalis, a medieval demon said to gather typos, grammatical errors, and notes from people who are having side conversations during a sermon. This makes it one of the few demons that's actually allowed in a church. And so that was used for quite a while, but I expanded it to be a studier and takes all the errors and flopped ideas or abandoned ideas and he takes them away so you don't have to worry about it. And finally, I offered the Trashbot, ever helpful and confidential containment unit that takes one's discarded ideas, stray musings, or other ideas from which the writer has moved beyond and secures them for proper disposal. It's literally a trash can with arms. And yes, Swordbreaker 12, I really did draw a lot of inspiration from Claptrap. You are 100% accurate on that score. So I had a meeting with the membership committee, and they all voted for the Trashbot design. But I can't stop at this. This is decent, but it's not my work. I mean, individually, all the pieces are really well drawn. That's why I took them. But cumulatively, it's still not my design, and therefore not the design that these fine writing folks deserve. They deserve something custom made. Pardon me, just one sec. All right, sorry about that. So then, we have several things to cover tonight. Adam Lisman, you had an idea to feed the Trashbot. Excellent. All right, let's get a little music going here, courtesy of the royalty-free library here on the YouTubes. Oh, that's shiny. Way Acrobat, I thought I told you to close. Maybe down just a little. There we are. Oh dear, trying to answer me with words after the stream. Well, that's okay. Today's all about images anyway. I love that even the music dropped out for that. All right, so where are we starting? We're actually starting on a program I don't think I've shown off to y'all. Voice of Reason, excellent to see you. And you, Luna Brony. And Crash Bandicoot Edward, I forgot to give you a proper shout out. Apologies. So this is Adobe InDesign. This is what you use when you do, say, a general creative work. So right here, I am going to do a little setup thingamabob. Here on this page, I'm going to draw a box. I know, shocking. But this is a very special box because it lets me put whatever I want. Whatever, I do what I want. So with a simple Command D, I don't know why D, but we want Gears cover. There we are. A nice Illustrator piece. So basically this is linking to another file that provides me with a background. And Trash Robot Design Journal. Let's put you front and center. What? Let's see. What's a good font for this? Archer? Archer? Lana! I do miss that show, but they ended it at the right time, I think. Whoop, too big now. So people will say, is the robot trash? Is it a journal about trashing the robot? And I'll just say, yes. See, nice and simple. Now, over on this window, these are the parents' pages. They basically are the default setup. And if I just drag them down, I get to here, the actual pages, I can impose their settings. What I've done is that I've made another background with slightly more transparent gears, but I also set up this style, this grid. So the squares are a unit, and these narrow spaces are the gutters. And the idea is that these serve as a way to maintain a visual cohesion. Whoops. That way you can line things up and it's not all loose and in the wind. Voting system. And we're going to establish we're going to establish this will also be Archer. Lana. Archer, Archer, Archer. I wouldn't mind if they made a movie. Voting results. And I want this to stay relatively steady, so whoop. Wrong button. Let's see, where do I align the paragraph style? Right about there. Except that if I'm going to do this, I want to, sometimes I need a little reminder of myself. Align to page, good. Text frame. Titles. Stroke, opacity. Oh, wait. What if there's an align here? Ah, well. Being a bit more finicky than I thought. Aha. But now you're hiding things on me, you silly goose. Paragraph. Bullets and numbering, change case, insert footnote. All right, I'm just going to leave it as is for right now until I can figure out how to align, make the text center in all things. But let us now establish a written account. After being presented with several mascot options, the membership committee of the spec-fic writers has decided on a trash-themed robot. The core concept is that the bot is fueled by rejection letters, discarded drafts, and oh, what would I put it? Discard drafts and abandoned is not the right word. And ideas, omitted ideas. This is to help reflect that the writing process is neither linear nor instant. The group encourages writers to celebrate their rejections and know that each is a step towards true publication. Oh, I'm turning off the paragraph hyphenate. There we go. Now, for a font, I am going to defy one of the dumbest things I've ever heard, where they, the government said that they're changing the fonts on all their forms because they consider Calibri too woke. Why is it woke? Because it is easier to read if you're suffering from partial blindness, dyslexia, or any other sort of thing. So, and if they're abandoning efficiency and calling it woke. So I'm gonna just make this not only Calibri for easy reading, but 14 size font so that everyone can have an easy time reading this. Fonts can't be woke. That's just stupid. So Here we go. We make another. And I am going to put in my trash can robot. Open. Woo. Aren't you just filling that out a little too well? Let's see. There's a fitting option. There you are. Fit frame to content. Nope. Fit content proportionally. Greetings, traveler. Or in this case, it'd be greetings, rider. Now we'll just take this over here. As I see, I got 1, 2, 3 boxes away from the edge. So 1, 2, 3. That is my vote. That is my spacing to help make sure everything remains nice, visually consistent. Comic Sans or Crafty Gamer, within the topography world, that is almost as bad as, what was Papyrus? Papyrus is the sign of a deranged designer mind. The idea of an arcade rail shooter, a la Virtual Cop or Carnival, where both players share the same health bar because the story is basically Die Hard, but rules wills with conjoined. What are you all going on about in the chat? Adam Leisman, I'm assuming that someone prompted a video game offering. Oh yes, I should also say body paragraph. So now if I do another text box, the initial design for this robot mascot came from a mixture of a garbage bin, and the mascot of the video game of the Borderlands. No. Now I'm so used to Microsoft Word. The Borderlands video game series, Claptrap. What did I do? There you are. Where's my italics? All right, well, here's a good way. Right now, this is once again Minion Pro. I say the nay. I say the apply the paragraph style. There we are. Now, this one needs to be italicized. Do you have an italics? You do. Video game series Claptrap. However, the committee requested that there be several bins bins located throughout the design to symbolize the three not there topics of rejection letters, abandoned old drafts, and discarded ideas. Nice. All right, so for my initial inspiration, I need a good image of Claptrap. And I forgot to grab that before starting the stream. So, what did I do with my... Here we go. Yes, yes. Mascot proposals, claptrap render. So once again, Command D, claptrap render. How instantly? Oh, it's even wonderfully sized. You know what? Just for funsies, I'm going to move this down just a little in the hopes that I can get his wheel to line up with the other bot. There we go. Oh. It is also necessary to revise the design to something more unified. The previous design is a collection of vector elements from publicly available files, but lacking in customization. All right. Let's save this real quick. Mascot production journal. We'll say journal. All right. So if you want, we can also view this. Nope, that won't work. Gosh, I'm looking at the stream, but it's actually really far behind. There we go. Let's see. I just want to see if I can do a actual size, rotate speed, screen mode, display, show, extras grid, yada, yada, yada. Well, I know there's probably a way to show a preview of this, but let's not get too hung up. Instead, now it's time to talk about heavens. Oh, heavens. I was editing on the original, wasn't I? Well, that's easily fixed. There we go. Edits, paste special, paste in place. Yeah, that's how it's supposed to go, not on the actual parental units. Okay, we're better now. Here we go. Oh, text line, text. Real research. Oh. You're supposed to be the research. So you're the real title. Let's try that again. And now we're going to need 3 different views because I've been doing a little looking online to see what counts for actual trash cans. And once again, fitting. Fit content proportionally. You know what? Here's a chance for another little study. Open you up with a Photoshop. Also, I haven't yet wished everyone a Merry Christmas, and that's a very real thing approaching. I understand not everybody may be celebrating it, but I want you to know that it's offered in the spirit of just have a good time, and I hope you're doing well. Uh-oh. Sheriff Lefbelly, you introduced your grandma to the Lost Boys and Silence of the Lambs. Woohoo! Harsh. Or intense, I guess is the better term. There we go. We'll get rid of that. Now, if I go back to InDesign and I look at the links menu, oh, look, it's saying, oh, there's something modified. Just double click it, update it. Nice. All right, that's one. Next up, New York trash cans. But again, I think I'll just Photoshop this for representation. New York trash cans, where are you hiding? Right there. Yeah, I found these on random and they look pretty styling. Gotta give it to New York on this one. Image crop. Yeah, we'll save this as, okay, well, file, export, PNG. Mascots. And while I'm at it, where's that? Nope. There you are. Let's combine all of you into one. Image canvas size. There you are. We'll triple the width. So times 3. Woo! Oh, but I should. One sec. This is. Oh. This is a little disproportionate. There we are. Okay. Move you over here. I take you and I move you over here. Boop. And last but not least, you over here. And then I put them all together. I select the white Oblivion. Don't think I missed you. Or you, teehee. I'm just a deleting fool. He's gone mad with his powers of deletion. And we'll call this, export as a PNG, the egg trash can. I think that's it for Photoshop for now. Don't save. Don't save. Here we are. Back to InDesign. Escape. Save that. And once again, New York trash can. Woo! Let's size this puppy up if we can. There we are. Try to keep it relatively in the same size. We'll move these up a square because I need down here for the remaining file. And again, fit. Always fit proportionally. There we go. Research. A quick search via Google provided a variety of can designs. 3 stood out, leading to sketches of all of several designs. For the moment, that's really all I have to say. So let's just make you a little... Ah, what's this? Why is this other page so not gridified? Ah, because it doesn't exist. Whoop. All right. That one's one too many. Actually, no, it wasn't. Oh, well. Research. Using each of the preceding designs as a starting point, these sketches represent... Man, I am having so much trouble with spelling right now. Sketches represent... What shall I call it? Present ideas of transforming each into a robot helper. And no, I'm not thinking of Helper from the Venture Brothers, except that I am, in that I just mentioned Helper from the Venture Brothers. All right. Nope. Nope. That's strange. I could have sworn I'd had a trash bot. Oh, wait, that is it. Wonder if I change this. Where's the blend mode on this thing? Effects, transparency. Mode, if I make it multiply, there we go. The multiply is a blend setting in which white becomes see-through. Its opposite is screen, where black becomes more transparent. Pokemon Fire Eevee. It depends on the game you're talking about, but the question is, does Eggman from Sonic make any robots without animals in them? I know that in the Saturday morning cartoon, Spot Bots were completely automated. As far as I'm aware, the more recent Sonic games haven't featured robots trapped in robot bodies. Oh, people are seeing the egg trash can. All right, so now that I've concepts. All right, let's get to work on some ideas here. Gears, background, nope, where you at? Trap. There you are. Hello, but I need you in a print style. Thank you. Oh, that's the wrong one. So now is the part where we do a little bit of vectoring in the reel. So let's embed this. And we're gonna use that blue trash can as a good starting point. Why not base it off real life, eh? Now then, I'm actually, since blue is my favorite color, I'm gonna keep it blue. Keep it blue, babe. Hey, I got blue, babe. There we go. So, simple enough. 1, and a 2, and a 3, and a 4. What do you know? Whoop. Maybe just a little bit of help on this end. Now, the key difference here will be shading, because assuming the light is coming from the above and the left, then this guy needs to have, let's make a duplicate. And we're going to offset it just a little. Now watch these. Actually, this is a good time to mention the blending modes I just talked about. We're getting rid of the black. I think, well, hey, isn't black like the best? Yes and no. Because while it's easy to cast things in dark shades, what we really want is something that shows a color of light. It's more vivid than just darkness. Whoop. You went all bendy on me. So what I'm going to do is simply change this to multiply. Well, you can see it's kind of working, but also kind of not. There, it tells you what. One sec, we're just going to make a duplicate here. We're going to paste this. We're going to take this, delete this, delete that. But I have to admit, this is not quite as, what's the proper term? Not quite as bold a shadow as I was expecting. Perhaps if we darken it a little. There we go. But you see that is kind of a subtle difference. I can... And I want it darkest over here. Oh, let's angle it a little too. The idea is that there's still light coming from behind, so I don't want it to be just a hard cutoff on the edge. All right. What's that doing there? Ah! There we go. Actually, I made a slight boo-boo. Hey, boo-boo! Ah, but already I've added chaos to the mix. Because that's just how I roll. Now, we need to talk about the planned, well, the 3 compartments. So, within this, there's going to be another compartment. Boop. Boop. So this will be compartment 1, numero dos, but I want it to be, well, first off, I want it to be properly angled. And we'll just move this over down, 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 over, 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 down, down, down again. It's going down. I'm yelling timber. Yeah, so let's just grab the color off the base. Oh, no wonder. It's grouped now. All right. So you get your choices. I'm in the print style. I believe this is called a subtractive color scheme. So you have cyan, magenta, yellow, and your key, which is usually black. Or I can just take this hex code. But really, 8765, I can remember that. Especially when the computer does it for me. Actually, I'm going to put this over here. I'm just going to reduce this via offset. Okay. Now, we have to create the illusion of a recess. So to accomplish that, I'm going to just offset this again. Oop. And 1. And here's where I'll do another gradient, but something much darker. And over here, a little bit of a highlight. So what I'm going to do for this is just make this white. And then choose something a bit brighter in tint. There we are. And why not? We'll give it a little transition. So there is my recessed compartment. But across the interior, we shall once again duplicate this. I'm going to take out, there we go. And to add to the effect, I'm going to, whoop, guess I'm not doing that. Let's get rid of that. Get rid of that. Sure, I can't just drag it upright. Changes the angle just a little, but we'll fix that. Anyway, what's folks saying? Ketchup Cheetos? Oh, that's the first sign I see. That sounds pretty grody. I mean, I understand putting ketchup on a large part of something, but when it becomes the main flavor, Well, then you've used too much ketchup. You've glommed. Like maybe I should just do a PSA against glomming ketchup everywhere. No, that will not work. That will not work for what I need. But I think I know how it can. Object envelope distorts. Make with the warp. No, not the chaos warp of Warhammer fame. Let's try -3. Maybe -2. There we go. That should do it. Still not doing what I want, though. It's hard to make the gradient bulge. Okay, fresh idea. There we are. Let's put this 90%. Edit gradients. And we'll delete you. So your color will be, there we go. And that's good. Solid. A little bit to fill in here. And escape out. And it is still set to multiply. There we go. But why am I seeing... I think I have a problem. And well, that's hardly news to people who know me well. All right, so I had the wrong shape. Let's just fix that real quick. There we go. That looks like another compartment. Oh, for the love of good laugh. Oh, I appreciate you saying my work has had an impact. Gave you appreciation for good writing and used MLP as a vehicle. I am doing well, and I really appreciate that feedback. It lets me know I'm doing something right. Huh. Thomas Zoe is watching this stream with a bag of ketchup Cheetos. It works well. So, no, I shan't question. If it works, more power to you. I don't know if it would fit my taste buds. But then, one never knows. One of my oddities. I love pickles. Couldn't get enough of them. They're just tasty to me. That right blend of sweet and sour. But I don't like cucumbers, not on their own. And that makes no sense, because pickles are just cucumbers with thyme and broth. But for some reason, all right, we're gonna try something a little different with this here. Again, not pure black. We're going for just a little bit. Ugh, that's still too dark. Let's see here. Trashbot 1. Call in all trash bots. At the moment, I have a very monochromatic design. It's all blues. Double D, double die. Stop trying to connect these. When I want things to connect, I'll tell you. Computer. You silly Billy. And down we go. Here we go. Whoops. Let's take a look at this without the reference. Woohoo! Look at all that. Extra empty space. Oh, the tragedy. Once again, I need to add a little shading just to get things right. Let's try a different way this time. Alrighty. Let's start this off with a slightly darker. Oh, that didn't work the way I intended. Oh well. And we'll just take away a little bit of the green, take away a little bit of the red, up the blue. Okay. 29, 66, 193. 29, 66, 193. There we go. Okay, and then down here, it's going to be zeros across the board. Opacity is 0. 0 and 0. Huh. Whoops, wrong button, edit gradient. Wish I could select more points at once, but you just gotta play by the rules of the game. And none of that meta cheating. What? Oh, come now. Ah. See, I got off my game. No. Why have these all suddenly changed colors on me? For 80, 162, okay, I'll roll with it. 54, 80, 162. And an opacity of nada. How are we looking now? Oh, let's set you to opacity. There we go. So far, so normal. This feels hard to do, says Pokemon Fire Eevee. Maybe because you shade either hard shade or airbrush the shading. Well, unfortunately, I'm not great with. I don't think I can airbrush digitally in Illustrator. Illustrator is math-based, and therefore its gradients aren't normally very, well, shall we say, they don't look terribly natural. So the most you could do is just try to finesse as best as possible. Though I admit, right now, it does look rather splotchy. Okay. Well, didn't ask for you right there. But let's continue onward. All right, now we come to the dome. The dome. Actually, wait a sec. I think I need. It's funny, I blocked everything except what I wanted. All right, we're gonna go with a little bit of. Oh, clever. Come on now, roll with me. Here we go. Here we go, a little lower. A little lower. There we go. Now, we need to make this once again. Let's try sending this to screen. See how that works. Huh. Surprisingly well, all things being equal. Let's just get a few corrections going here. In truth, I fear I'm putting too much effort into this, as they're going to have to decide on which design for the bot specifically they like. Ah, man. It's like, don't cross the streams, it's don't cross your wires. Here we go. Oh. There we go. Last but certainly not least, just take a little inspiration here. And oddly enough, I'm gonna move this to the bottom of the pile. To be honest, this highlight looks kind of ugly to me. Ah. Let's fix this part first. Alrighty. So you might think, oh, now he's going to put the push can, but you'd be incorrect. For that can shall now serve as our... Well, let's see if I can actually make this thing work properly. There's that, but that's only stage one. Go into wireframe view for this. Here we go. Get these as lined up as possible. And you know, I think I'll make... Okay. And then from, once again, to wireframe view. 1, 2, 3, a little arc, 4. And then for the rest of this, we'll just make it a slightly Duller gray. So it turns out it's a transformer more than meets the eye. Eating a raw onion like it's an apple. Oh, wow. That's impressive, Cherry Flip Belly. I like grilled onion. Not really. I don't know if I could do raw. So you're more hardcore than I. Now, I am going to borrow a little bit from this guy, because I actually did draw this part of the eye. And I'm not ashamed to repurpose my own stuff. But let's get rid of these strokes. Intriguing. Yeah, let's make you the same dark color. What can I do to smooth you out? Starting to look a little bit more, I don't know, robot-y. Well, let's add some hidden depths, shall we? We're going to draw inside. Oh, wait, I said we're drawing inside. It never draws inside when I want it to draw inside. It's very rude. But here's how we'll fix that. That gotcha. Sorry, getting kind of lost as I'm making decisions, not doing a good job of chatting with you all. But there we go. Now we just unite them into one glorious shape and multiply. A little further tweakage. Alrighty. There's our boy looking so sweet. Actually, I don't know if he's sweet or not. I still kind of want to keep the happy claptrap persona, you know? Greetings, Ryder. I am here to help you on your journey to self-discovery or disappointment, whichever comes first. Again, multiply. And then for the, I'm going to try something else. On this, we're going to make it a black line. This is a fun little trick I've almost perfected. Rounded edges, dashed line, Now let's get a little bit thicker stroke, eh? There we are. Now I can see what I'm doing. That's strange. I could have sworn. There we are. That's what I was doing wrong. Woo. Guess I need to up the gap. Now, why are you keep deleting what I'm put in there? Thank you. But these are not uniform. We want this side to be a little... This one a little wider. And in my appearance, where's appearance? There you are. Let's add another stroke. We'll make it smaller. Yes. Opacity. Okay. Now our little motor is going pretty well. Now I need to give it hands. Can it play Prince? Asked Thomas Soy. If I give it some hands, yes. Although I fear a metallic slap. Does it play poker? Komodo Steel asks. That one probably better. Although, if I really wanted to mess with it, I say, my live mode has been disabled, which makes me terrible at poker. Nah, I like it. Like that. Okay. Now then. Can it play Crisis, Master Code, Ace Analyst? I don't know. Can any computer play Crisis in these days? I remember that thing crashed quite a bit on PCs. Let's see. One sec. We're going to go to Vecteezy for a minute. I just want to see about realistic wheel sets. And wouldn't you know, they actually have it in just the way I like it. This one I'm willing to take some, how shall I best put it? It's better detail and won't take me, I would say, at least several hours to get that level if I drew it from scratch. Oh, and now I've got the spinny beach ball of doom. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Are we okay? I saw both the stream and the, everything was on spinny beach ball of doom. I do not like the spinny beach ball of doom. It vexes me terribly. Ooh, look at all that. So yeah, let's pause to consider something. Oh my goodness, look at all that to create a realistic looking tire. That is impressive, although I don't need that. There we are. The goal here is that this is like hidden under the base. that looks good. But given that it's at an angle, we're gonna shear it. We're just gonna go like this. Like so, and like so. Now, let's consider our buddy Claptrap for a sec. Ah, well, it doesn't show much about how they connect to him. Well, that's okay. Because we will go with relatively simple. There we go. And on this side, well, that won't work quite well, but that's okay. Depending on what the group decides, I might come back and add a lot of texturing to this. Or perhaps I'll actually abandon this complex wheel and go for my own more simplified. Actually, you know what? I think the more simplified approach is better. But I'm going to leave the wheel in for right now, just so I can use it as a reference. Let's see here. We're gonna just go like this and make a typical gradient. Once again, bright on the top. And let's make it 90 degrees. Hey, come on. It's messing with me here. Ah. There you go. Keeps flashing me all these different panels. Here, I need you over here, apparently. Alrighty, now. Forgive me, but let's check in on the chat, see what folks have to say. Have you ever considered doing any more Watch Without Context videos? I have. Problem is that these days part of the reason I haven't done more is that usually I see movies with friends. Then I usually have like dinner with my family, and the immediate memory of the movie goes away. I need to find a way to fix that. My hope is to see Zootopia 2 mañana. So we'll take it from there, eh? Normal multiply, of course. And then just the merest hint. There we go. Well, I don't think that looks too out of place on the tire. Now, ever onwards. Ah. Ah, treachery all bounds. Now let's darken that a little, just so the axle can stand out. Oh, there we go. That was weird. Usually the color updates. Yeah, my computer's struggling with this one, but then again, just look. It's kind of funny. While the wireframe makes the tire the most... Everything's going on gradients and mixing. So yeah, and I guess combine that with the stream and my poor computer, it's just going, what the hell are you doing, man? Alrighty. Oh, wow, that's powerful. That's maybe a little too much all of a sudden. In which case, you just reduce the opacity. Now then, we want to have a similar effect over here. Here we go. Getting there. Whoop. Save because, oh my goodness, it's already 7:30. Well, 7:25. I have to work tomorrow. Oh, Cosministra, I'm sorry. It's rough working, especially on even Christmas Eve can feel frustrating. Oh, thank you, Macoon Apples. I'm glad you enjoy my work. I don't know what I can promise. When I started this year, I had such grand ambition of pumping out videos left and right, but that was sadly my own delusion, I believe. There we go. Now. Come on. So, I can only promise to try and do better in 2026. which I admit is something I think I say every year and still falls short of the mark. There we go. Ah, but now... Come on. Come on, you can do it. I believe in you. Good. Come on now, you can do this. Wow, that spinny wheel. Even the spinny wheel is slowing down on me. There we go. And now through the power of mergers, but not like the mergers in Hollywood. All right, getting there. Oh yeah, maybe I should just do this. I'll group you two together. There we are. So now, with this bad boy, here we go, down we go. Earthswarming will be magic again, oh dear. Now, I gotta say, this past year, I guess I'm already in New Year's mode. This has been a year that tested a lot of my friends, especially in health, in happiness. And so, I'll say, nothing half so much has happened to me, but I've tried to be there for my friends, and I hope I've been of some even small comfort in difficult times. But this year really demanded a lot of people. That is why I wish everyone a very boring 2026. Okay. Oh man, so there's a lot more I'd like to do. Gonna add some robotic arms and replace that tire with a simplified version. But the fact that my computer is struggling so terribly tells me that I need to back off for the moment. I'm asking too much. And when you ask too much of technology lets you know. Let's see. Nope. Let's switch modes for this last half hour. Want to get your thoughts on a design of Zip Storm from G5. Don't worry about that. There we go. I've been working on, Sunny with both her alicorn and Earth Pony forms. Pip was my first design. But Zip, I wanted to try and redesign her to look a little bit more G4, but also have a more triangular theme to her design. So the goal primarily is that everything is a triangle, at least as close as I can make it while still adhering to pony shapes. I'd like to know what people think about it. I also copied from, where was the concept design? Actually, I don't think I have that easily referenced. No, but early concept designs thought of giving her a pendant, which I thought fitted her royal lineage, and feather protrusions on her legs, which really emphasized her love of flying. So I thought I'd throw them. Ah, you've been watching a lot of robotic videos. Pokemon Fire Eevee has been watching too many robotic videos and thinking, where are the motors and gears? A fair question, but in the interest of sci-fi, I'm going to keep this more simplified, at least as best I can. So I'd just like to first hear what people think, if Zip looks good or if there's something out of place. Well, McCunn Adams, I'm actually of the opposite view, that I like that Sunny had the ability to switch, but she couldn't totally control it. I think there would have been a great training phase. So, truth be told, I feel like whether you like the on-off power or you don't, we all can agree they could have finessed it more. And sadly, that's one of the things you can say about everything in G5. They could have finessed it more. So I need to create a set with Zip's wings in full mode. Sadly, yeah, let's go hunting. Screenshot. Okay, I had to make sure everything was hunky-dory in terms of safe search, but, oh, yes, screenshot wings. No, not quite there. Although, screen cap Pegasus at G5, My Little Pony, make your mark. My Little Pony, make your mark. There we go. That narrows things down nicely. Come on, just give me... Oh, no, not quite. Come on, where are some wings? Show me the wings, girl. Okay, let's just pause to appreciate... That's terrifying. Good gravy. Oh, wait. All I really need is one wing, and that looks pretty good to me. All right, but let's keep that as an option. No. No. Huh. Actually, that's even better. It may mess with the design aesthetic somewhat, because the green background changed the perception of the colors. Don't think I'll need that as much right now. Okay, so. There we go. Funny enough, despite everything, all these various vectors, I think it demands less than that lone tire did of my computer. Or maybe that computer's just feeling tired. That's true, Komodra Steel. I would have loved to have seen the Alicorn realm of Skyros. And to ask them, where the heck have you guys been? We've kind of had a hard go thanks to you. Though I can't deny some poetic justice. The ponies dumped a lot of their problems off into the Equestria Girls world. Then the Alicorns dumped their problem, i.e. Opaline, into Equestria. And you just think, what the hey? Now, I don't want anybody to have to suffer. No. But it's a sign. What goes around comes around. Now, it's interesting that there's a pink feathery layer. Intriguing. But hey, Zip needs a little bit more color variety, so who am I to complain? I'm me, that's who, gosh darn it. Okay, bedtime. There we go. Just straighten this out. There we go. And let's add a few more here. There we go. Now, effects, blur, Gaussian blur. A little bit more than that. Maybe that's a little too much. Or maybe I just need to increase the distinction between feathers. There we go. Now then. See, Zip's wings, which are the most colorful aspect of her. You've got the blue underlay, then this pinkish stuff, and then some really big blue ones. So I'm going to say, I don't know why these are a different color, but she's definitely dyed her hair or mane a little different. So let's just go mid to feather colors we know we have. Excellent. Your mom's OC is from Skyros, Komodra Steel. Well, no disrespect, but, you know, somebody up in Skyros made a decision that had a very negative consequence for Equestria. Somebody did. But sadly, well, I don't know, maybe, I know the My Little Pony comics are going to have another a fresh run under a new publisher with possibly new writers. I wonder if any of them will explore the possibility of Skyros? Or will it always just be a place of legend? I guess the real question I should be asking is how seriously are they going to treat both the show and the comics? There we go. Oh, okay. Pokemon Fire Eevee is a fan of a once living Alicorn race, but not so much anymore. I don't know if you guys have seen the Minty Root special, where essentially there was a fall of the Alicorns, which of course Minty animated beautifully. And now it got all quiet. I don't have enough music. I could run through it again, but maybe this will encourage me to talk more, engage in conversation. Social activity, my greatest fear. I can tell you all that no matter how many presentations I make, no matter how many times I stand in front of a crowd and do improv or a game show or something to that effect, I still get really nervous. I don't think it ever truly goes away. Some folks may find that they enjoy it, that they may even enjoy confrontations, but not me. I still consider myself an introvert, but just with some developed middle gears. That's middle gears, not metal gears. If I have one of those, I'm probably a threat to world peace. And I should expect Solid Snake to come after me. Or Big Boss. Or neither. Oh, Lord. What if I only raided a Raiden intervention? I don't know how I'd feel about that. Like, Raiden? Cool guy. Cool guy. Some good games. But his introduction was a bit rough. Yeah, it's quite a bit rough. Quite. Anywho. Let's see. I counted 1, 2, 3, 4. So these 4, but we'll... how thick were 2 points? Rather than try and do all these together, I thought about having trying to match the bristle or what is the texture of a feather, the way there are little gaps in it. I'm sure there's a scientific term for them. But ultimately, I decided that wasn't a thing with G4 whenever Rainbow Dash flexed her wing power. So I'm not going to do it here. I'm just going to draw these out. The NPC is LOL. We don't need alicorns to be a high Initia from... Oh, the high Entia from Xenoblade. Forgive us for not helping. We were too busy laughing. Actually, forgive me, I haven't played Xenoblade, so I don't know these beings of which you speak, but they sound disappointing. Okay, and with all these clicked on right here, and now I will move them. And last but certainly not least, boop. Not going to do a gradient on these feathers. I'm just going to leave them their darker blue. Darker blue? Here we go. Boop. Although now that I think about it, let's also just try one little effect. Distortion zigzag. Ugh. So, not a lot, like, say 0.5. Whoa! Okay, 0.5 was too much. 0.05. Even more, 0.005? 008. No, that doesn't look realistic at all, and I don't want to get bogged down in this. So let's get rid of this zigzag. Ah, there you go. And again, stroke of dos. You know, Mitzi told me because of the limitations of 3D, especially when trying to parent a piece of clothing to a figure, you know, the clothing has to move on its own, but also has to match the movements of the wearer. It's not an easy thing. So G5 went with the more budget-friendly approach of just putting a mask on. That's why their costumes and any available dresses really aren't all that elaborate. And consequently, it's just not as much fun. And, well, not to put too fine a point on it, but MLP does feature a lot of emphasis on clothes and outfits and trying on different styles. Ergo, I don't think that really worked against it. CG, unfortunately, CG technology is not at the point where I think My Little Pony should employ it. There are many different options. I know people weren't always on board with the idea of Flash, but you need to be able to have your characters dress in a variety of things to have a visual distinctness. And let's see. Whoop, ba-doop, ba-doop. Right here. Whee! Okay, that looks... Yep, even her wingspan's bigger than Pip. Well, NPC, I'm glad you're watching. No worries. Zip or not is a good deal. I would use a Metal Gear solely for prank. Ooh, Metal Gear Prankster. If that could be my personal Metal Gear, what would I do? Fire a missile that just douses an area in itching powder? Oh, that'd be villainous. Oh, that'd actually be really jerk move. Be like, jerk move, brah. Why are you doing that, brah? All right. 162, whatever. Select same stroke weight. Oh. Same stroke weight. Man. And the little error right there. Boop. Ooh, and this doesn't cover up enough. Really, Zip, cover up. I know ponies are usually naked, but really now. Here we go, coming up on the top of the hour. I will continue to wrestle with the trash bin bot so that I may move on to have the egg-shaped trash bin bot and the, what would the other one be? I envision a metal skirt of the waste bin. The New York style bins are quite fascinating in their design. New York does a good job with trying new things. At least I certainly hope so. And let's see, for the back view, we'll just have, yes, we will need more feathers here because this is her style. I saw someone mention Sonny and Hitch together as a very good ship. And I agree, though I also am a fan of Zip and Hitch, which I find kind of funny, given how they first met. That line, oh, look, the sheriff just graduated to detective. And then, ironically, she became a self-styled detective. There we go. And I'll need you too. Next I'll start drawing Misty, who will have a heart theme. Give your Metal Gear a mariachi setting. Fire glitter, the kids everywhere. Let's see here. Let me pull up. Oh, still got it. Let's say English to Hispanic. What's a good term? Celebration? Celebration? No, I need to... Festivity. Come on. I need, like, a more complicated word. Flagration. Oh, man. Too many root words. Let's not look at the headlines right now. I'll only get depressed. Falderall? Now we're talking. Translated from Danish. I believe Falderall. Tonterias. Metal Gear Tonterias. That would be good. Right? But am I spelling this right? Falderall. Yes. My spelling errors from earlier did not... Metal Gear Tonterias. And that's where I just cause celebrations with a Metal Gear that uses a rail cannon to launch confetti everywhere. And if I made an AI video of me dropping stuff across the world, it wouldn't be poo, it'd be confetti. Show the president how it's done. But then I'd be making an AI video, and that's not what I want to do. This year has given me a lot to consider with AI. I have gotten to both see and experience some attempts at creation, including, Coca-Cola and who else was it? Someone made a holiday ad with just AI and it looked horrible. I watched Secret Invasion with its AI opening, and it's kind of weird. I try not to watch the president abusing AI because he's gross. And I've heard from people who need AI because it helps with the partially blind can express themselves online through the use of AI, but it shouldn't be a business venture because not only does it deny you the chance to see other people's concept work online, you're having a very difficult environmental impact. And as a result, it's more complicated than I wish it was, but, well, that's true of life. It has its strengths and weaknesses, but at the end of the day, for true creativity, there is no substitution for the human touch. No AI can truly replace a creative. And I will maintain that even if AI advances to the point where it's like, oh, that's kind of hard to tell. But yes, Swordbreaker 12, I agree. I see fake AI videos in my Twitter and Blue Sky feeds constantly. And it's ridiculous. It's like people are trying to engineer happiness when they could, instead of genuinely trying to find it. Well, that didn't work the way I planned. Come on. There you go. I just wanted these ponies. Man. There you go. There we go. I'll space them out better later. But there we go. That gives Zip a full regal display, which I gotta say does really help add some variety to our color scheme. And yes, there is the toothpaste head. Gotta leave soon, Travis Belly. Well, I'm gonna call it good here tonight because 1, I need to get some dinner. 2, I need to finish that robot. 3, it's Christmas Eve, and I hope to celebrate it with Christmas Eve night with my family, and we will go from there on Christmas Day. So, I don't know what everyone's plans are, if you're going to hang with family, with friends, maybe just enjoy some time to reflect or enjoy silly Christmas TV. Whatever's your pleasure, I hope it's a good time. I hope it's something that renews you, because that's what the goal of any holiday should be, to renew people. And so therefore, and I just undid Sunny's hair, main style. That's kind of funny. There we go. But that'll do it from me. I thank you all for hanging with me as I, showed the ins and outs of a design process. And this was something we had to do in graphic design class. Just make a journal of how you research things and go from there. So I've got a ways to go, but I'm hoping that this will make the final product all the sweeter. So until next time, everyone, a Merry Christmas to you all. I believe my next stream will happen after New Year's, so this will be my finale of 2025. But I will look forward to seeing you all again in 2026, and we'll bring the positivity. I'm not going to wait for the year to give it to us. We must create it on our own. So until then, be safe and be well. I'm Silver